Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of Starship Delos. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before. Factorio is a game about automating your factory and building it and so it'll grow to its limits. Factorio Space Age is an expansion of Factorio, but this time you're going into space, obviously, named Space Age. I'm sure many of you know that from clicking on this video, but for those of you who don't, there's some context. I personally think that the jump to space totally makes sense, and because of that, you end the game by sending a rocket into space, so why not actually go outside of there and go to the worlds beyond in a galaxy or in a solar system. And it really was the most rational next step for the player to go once they've beaten the game. So I won't lie to you, with my ADHD and my OCD, it was making it very hard to focus and get a little distracted, and that's okay. That's kind of how it works when you play one of these. So, but there are times where I start something and I don't complete it. Hello, ladies, gents, Dulles here. So just for a little bit of context, this video is going to have a variety of clips, and I've kind of been showing them all throughout. This little bit of an intro that I've done, and I've only got about 300 hours in this game. I'm not like most people that play, like, we'll say, I guess, Neelaus, who's got close to what, 8,000 hours into the game without even playing Space Age. So he's I don't have that kind of skill set, and I won't lie, I love the crap out of this game, but it is definitely one where I do not have the skill set that a lot of you do. And I tried and utterly failed to try to get through and make a Crastorio and a Crastorio 2 and space exploration. I tried doing that, didn't really work out for me. Utter failure. Like, I'll throw in some of those clips and you'll see, like, wow, he got nothing done. And so, but I also struggle because I like to have everything, like the factory, grow very quickly. I play a lot of factory games, and I'm one of those people where give me the factory and the factory must grow. Like, that is my personality. I just really do love it. But if you really want to know what I play, I say, like, hey, just go watch my actual streams that you'll see on the channel, and you'll understand that, I play them a lot. But I only have really about 20-ish hours in this. And as you'll see going through it, I do really think that it's really fun and super enjoyable. But sorry about this. ADHD kind of took me down a path to get, so let's get into this. As you can see, with the settings, I picked settings that were just basically straight vanilla from the game. I didn't really do a lot to change them. I kind of just was like, hey, this is what the average person will play. First time new players playthrough of Space Age, this is what it'd be like. And that's kind of what I stuck with. And I think that really did help from the get, but I wish I had maybe upped the actual resource count, if you get what I mean. I didn't have enough resources. I wish I had done that, but I didn't. And so, oh well, it is what it is. So I'm gonna guess, for me to fully understand what's going on in this game, I'm gonna guess, because my first playthrough, it took me about 55 hours to get to space, and send a rocket ship into space. And so I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna take me 300 or 400 hours to actually, maybe even more, on these other planets. I'm sure it's gonna take me, because you already have resources going back and forth, and I've seen some of the planets. They're really cool, but I haven't seen a ton of the spoilers, and candidly, I kind of want to keep it that way. I do like that. I do like to keep those sort of things relatively spoiler free, because I mean, I don't want to see every little detail. but it really is like, hey, there's tons I could do, way more than I'm working on. So I did get very distracted, and as you're gonna see, I restarted my base. So I had this, everything comes into one area and you work out, and then I was like, I'm gonna go insane if I keep it like this. So I tore it down and just put it in here. So what you're gonna see is some clips of what's actually happened with my base, but really what you're going to see towards the end is I did get this rocket off, and I only shot one off, and I haven't shot any others, but as you know, it takes time to get everything up and running. But I hope you do enjoy. Stick around. I'll probably start making some more videos as we go a little bit further on as my progress continues. But thanks y'all for joining. And if you like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do all the things, just so we can build this community. I don't really care about a number. I just really am doing this for fun. So if you do like my content, just let me know. Hop into the streams if I'm ever on, and just say hi. I'd love to be your friend. And thanks so much for coming by. So this is really the beginning. This is the start of all factories that I do. I kind of make a little bit of automation, just basic science. And these are some of just showing what's happening. Here I'm just trying to make my actual little bit of red science, because we're at that start where I do need logistics. And as y'all know, that is a big problem in the world of Factorio or any. Then you spend a lot of time working on getting everything together for that beginning, and it is kind of becomes rather. How do we say this without sounding dumb? It's just that part where everything is going to start coming together very slowly, and throwing things in one at a time. Basically, automation is just not even a thing at the moment. And you sort of see the base moving forward here. I'm just standing because, what else am I to do to wait for it? And now this is because I've gotten logistics. I am trying a lot to get an actual base together. And that is honestly the most difficult part of any build, in my opinion. You gotta kind of make sure you have a lot of what you want, but not everything, so it's so over engineered that I get tons of biters. So I'm still trying to work through all of that beginning. Iron and coal is all I really cared about at the time, with a little bit of copper. Base here is definitely a mess, but it's starter. I haven't really built it out yet. I'm not doing a whole ton. I've just got basic power, basic automated, and I'm just barely getting to that point where it's what I want. And that's the most important part of this, right? So as it starts to come together, I'm not really doing I'm gonna put everything out together right now, and that's never really how it works. So yeah. Okay, so this is just my base after the start. Like, here's just how it started to come out as I've been working on it. It's really, really not the prettiest, and that's okay. I mean, it's what happens when you're playing. You just get the really ugly base that you put together, and now I'm just trying to actually make sure I have more coal, because coal is the lifeblood of every base. I don't really know how to describe it any better than I'm running around like a madman, trying to keep power alive, trying to keep everything running, and make sure that I have the ability to automate. And this being that it is just the early stages, yeah, it's not pretty. I'm just getting to the point where I need to have faster inserters for a lot of things just so they can keep up. And I really needed my buildings to at least have the basic necessities automated enough that it worked really well. And it kind of puts together a lot of what's happening. Like, I just barely get to the point where my base is starting to come together, and now I have more than just one science, right? So I have green and red being automated, not quickly. I wanted it to be kind of, I wanted 10 per second, and that was kind of the goal. Giving the idea that I could actually have enough of everything running that I didn't have to stress about it. And it really was a pretty awesome little crappy build that I did here. I honestly, what was I doing here? Wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm probably just trying to get necessities taken care of. And that's kind of how this goes, like you spend a lot of time just reworking things over and over again. I mean, it's just like any bit of these games. You spend a lot of time trying to make them look pretty, and even though might never do. So I don't think I've ever had a pretty build, in quote, working on my actual factories in any sense. They're always pretty ugly. Yeah. So this is clearly, I'm just trying to get everything ready for steel, because I needed lots of it. And I clearly didn't like it, so I just got rid of it. This is where I started to like really come in and destroy my old factories. I was, to say this bluntly, I was getting really fed up with how constrained I'd made myself, and the anxiety was getting to me. I don't tend to get too annoyed with what I'm doing, but there's times where I will work on it and I get very, 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 very overwhelmed, and it makes it hard for me to focus. And I literally just threw everything into boxes. And this is me just going through and trying to make sure that I had all of my inventory clear enough so that I could actually build everything that I needed and move it into a place where I could actually work on it. 'Cause see here, this is where I started going in and making all my iron and copper. It was, I mean, I made these specifically just with the ones in mind, and candidly, I have way more. I needed to have more space, and I didn't plan for that. And here we're coming to what I was actually doing for copper. I started doing a lot moving into that one, and it was beginning to become overwhelming to actually finish and work on, because there's tons I had to do, and I didn't always have enough of everything that I needed because of I probably tore it down way too early. And that's just the way it goes, right? So, but I think that'll do it for today. I really do appreciate you all. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and do all the things. And until next time, stay classy. And thanks so much. And bye-bye.